As you start your second game, what's the theme you're giving your players here before kickoff?
I think the big thing, Marv, right now, LeVar Woods is back as our honorary captain, and LeVar, to me, just epitomizes what a Hawk is. He's a guy that worked every day, prepared hard, and really now he's got a chance to live his dream playing in the National Football League. And to me, he made it in the National Football League because of his preparation, because his consistency, and I think that's the thing we tried to emphasize to our team: consistency in our preparation, also in our performance, and that's going to be what it's all about today.
Now let's take a look at the Wells Fargo Bank starting lineups. The Iowa backs, we mentioned Betson Allen, Hill, and Oliver, and an outstanding debut by the walk-on tight end Dallas Clark. And the guys up front: Gallery, Steinbach, Nelson, Lightfoot, and Aiello. Nelson making his 24th consecutive start as a Hawkeye. 2nd and 7 for Iowa. Trying to score in their first possession. McCann to Allen. Allen to the end zone. Touchdown Iowa, Jeremy Allen. So the big fullback from Indianapolis, Jeremy Allen, on the pass from McCann, finds the end zone, and the Hawkeyes have scored first. The defense for the Hawkeyes. Cole was in on that last play along with Montgomery. Derek Pickens played really well against Kent and Aaron Campen. The linebackers, the walk-on from Emmitsburg, Grant Steen, and the veterans, Meyer and Barr. And in the secondary, their last names all start with S: Stockdale, Sapp, Sanders, and Smith. Roethlisberger to the shotgun on 3rd and long. Again, flushed out of the pocket, fumbles the football, and has to fall on it. From the 48 on first down, here is Betts. Play action fake to Betts, and McCann throws. Throws deep, and it is caught for a touchdown. Great fake to Betts. Kahlil Hill holds it into the end zone. A 52-yard bomb, McCann to Hill. Boom.
You know, the running game sets that up. The offensive line comes off with their hats down, great protection, and then Kahlil Hill makes the kind of play that everybody at Iowa's been waiting for Kahlil to keep making consistently. That's a big-time play by Kahlil Hill. Here you got the play action. There comes Liddell flashing, holds the linebackers. Kyle does a nice job of stepping up here. This is a big-time throw. He throws this thing right on the money. Michael Adams actually has pretty good coverage. He's right there. He flashes on Kahlil. Kahlil makes a great catch.
No setbacks. Wide receivers to both sides. And again, great pressure from the Iowa defense, and it is Derek Pickens and Jerry Montgomery, both defensive tackles, who collapse on him. Pickens got to him first. Again, this is for an Iowa record 11th consecutive field goal if he can do the job. And it is long enough, high enough, and it is good. 11 in a row, a Hawkeye record for Nate Kading. And the Hawkeyes jump to a 17-0 lead. Nate Kading, a 36-yard field goal to break Rob Houghton's record. Ryan Hawk will take over the quarterback role from Ben Roethlisberger, who had trouble with the Iowa defensive line, and Hawk does not get off to any better start. He runs into Colin Cole right away, and then Derek Pickens is there to finish him off. Ben Roethlisberger back in the lineup, has not yet thrown a pass, but in a position here where he must do that. Everybody out for a pass. Steps up in the pocket, and it collapses. And Aaron Campen is there. 3rd and 5 call coming up for McCann and the Hawkeyes. Pocket, who's not yet carried the ball, the only back behind Kyle McCann. McCann steps up in the pocket. Again, protection breaks down. McCann, nice sidestep there, and carries to the 26-yard line. And an Iowa 1st and 10 for Kyle McCann.
Kahlil's going to obviously draw a lot of attention after that first quarter. They got it covered pretty well. Watch him come back and make a block here, though. He does a nice job. Watch C.J. Jones picking up a block there. That's team football right there by the University of Iowa Hawkeyes.
But he said, nope, I think I'll stay in offense, and a good decision. McCann to the right, picked off by Michael Adams. Adams steps in front of the Hawkeye receiver with the interception. The first turnover by the Iowa Hawkeyes. Former redshirt quarterback behind Dante Culpepper at Central Florida. That's how his career began. Chance to show what he can do through the air on 3rd and long, and he hits Kahlil Hill. Hill wrapped up at the 44-yard line, knew where he had to get to that first down stick, and got very close. A 15-yard completion by Brad Banks on his first toss of the afternoon.
That's a great throw. He steps up strong in there, and Kahlil makes a nice catch, and then great effort after the catch.
That was great effort. He knew exactly where he needed to be. 2nd and 10 for Banks and the Hawkeyes. Finds C.J. Jones, his cousin. C.J. Jones and Brad Banks are cousins, and always go to a family member when you're in a little bit of trouble.
That's right. When you're in a pinch, go to the guy you know. And that actually was a great play by Brad Banks. He had to just avoid the rush here. Does a nice job rolling out, avoids the force here, and then he just does a nice job of stepping up and finding CJ.
Really showed some nice poise on that play. Iowa forced to punt for the first time today. David Bradley, the new Iowa punter, got to kick just one time last week against Kent State. That a 32-yard effort. Bradley on the fake. He completes it. And running with the football for the Hawkeyes is Siatu Massaquoi. So the fake was there. The crowd roars their approval.
That's a pretty gutsy call by Coach Ferentz. I know David Bradley was a high school quarterback, but to be honest with you, Miami actually had it covered pretty good. Siatu Massaquoi just made a nice move to get free and get the first down. See, they had him covered right there, and he just made a nice job of getting up in there and getting the first down yardage.
Banks on 3rd down, fakes the shovel, will run it himself, and has a 1st and 10 to the Miami 30-yard line. Matt Kuzateri finishes him off. And a Hawkeye a little bit slow getting up on the play, and now the officials calling for a momentary timeout. A 10-yard one by Banks.
This is all Brad Banks. This is supposed to be a shovel to Liddell Betts, but he sees Liddell's in traffic, and he just says, I'm going to take it in there where he was supposed to run. That's a fantastic football play.
The Hawkeyes on 1st and goal. Banks looking for the end zone. Touchdown. A 5-yard run by Brad Banks as he is in the end zone for his first time as an Iowa Hawkeye.
That's an impressive drive. You rarely see 9, 10, 12 play drives in college football anymore with the great athletes out there. That was the Brad Banks show that series.
I will be curious to see the actual time on that drive because it was in excess of 8 minutes. The crowd loves Brad Banks, and he gave a lot of reason to there. Because both Kyle McCann and his backup, Brad Banks, did an outstanding job in the first half.
I think they're actually great compliments to each other, Larry. I think Brad brings in a little excitement. If the offense is sputtering a little bit, he can create, make a little things happen. And Kyle's just that steady, solid presence in the pocket. Does a nice job of reading the defenses and getting the ball out to the open receiver. I think they complement each other extremely well.
McCann 4 series in the first half. You see his numbers. Brad Banks 1 very impressive series in the first half. Trip set of receivers to the left of Roethlisberger. They've not used Ryan Hawk as much today as they did last week, but Hawk is in there now as one of the trip set of receivers. It's a running play to Steve Little, and he runs into Mike Dolezal, fumbles the football, and the Hawkeyes recover it. Mike Dolezal with a big hit, and coming up with a football is big Jerry Montgomery.
He's not going to give it up either. He's taking it over to the sideline with him.
Allen, the single running back. McCann hits his tight end, Dallas Clark. Inside the 10 to the end zone. And Marv, I know you love seeing those tight ends catch passes, and this guy is going to be a good one.
Look at that misdirection in there. Kahlil Hill comes underneath. Dallas Clark goes to the flat over the top. Makes a great individual effort here. Great catch and run.
From the 48-yard line on 1st down, McCann play action fake to Crockett. And the diving reception is made at the 32-yard line by Maurice Brown. Now, Brown didn't play much last week. He's a sophomore from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 6'2", 210-pounder. Saw limited action last year on special teams. That's his first catch as a Hawkeye.
All starts with the play action. Kyle does a nice job of firing the ball in the middle, and Maurice Brown makes a nice grab on the play.
Clark, the man in motion. The throw to Clark, and he makes a nice reception. 20, 15. He's off to the end zone. He is going. He is gone. Second touchdown of the game for Dallas Clark. Marv, this guy could be something special at that tight end position.
He is off to a phenomenal start. He's got great hands. Watch him catch the ball with the hands all the time. And then he just does phenomenal things after he catches it. It makes numbers, just strips it off the tackler. Does a nice job adjusting to defenders coming at him and gets in the end zone for 6.
An 18-yarder to start scoring in the second half, and a 32-yard touchdown reception there by Dallas Clark. Kading tacks on the point after, and the Hawkeyes, for the second week in a row, are dominating. He missed that last point after. We're so used to being automatic, but he missed that one to end the long string. We'll tell you about that in a moment. You're watching Big Ten football on ESPN+. Roethlisberger as the line set. Pressure from the corner, hit as he throws. A wounded duck. It's intercepted by the Iowa Hawkeyes. Returned by Chris Smith to the 10, to the 5. And Smith is angled out.
Howard Hodges came on the outside and got to Roethlisberger. Tip ball up in the air, and a great play by the defensive back to get it, catch it, and take it in for the end zone.
And now Kading, who had his personal string of point afters end after he kicked his first 30 as a Hawkeye, tries to begin a new string right here. And he does.
Just dips the shoulder, gets around the right tackle. Great effort, great effort.
Now it's a wounded duck. Smith playing center field, makes the grab, and look at him go.
Look at those defenders looking for someone to block. That's team football right there.
Hit right there at the angle, but a little bit too late.
Ooh, that's close.
It is very close. That was the quarterback, Roethlisberger, who tried to make that final score-saving tackle, but couldn't do it.
Roethlisberger has no quit in him. I like this young guy. He's going to be a great football player.
Clemens in motion. Roethlisberger calls his own number. Spreads his way. Has the first down and way more. Roethlisberger. One hop, has a chance at him, has to run him down from behind, and won't do it. Roethlisberger back at a quarterback. Airs it out. Has his man open. The catch is made and into the end zone for Miami on the bomb. 2nd and 12 for Miami. Roethlisberger stays in the pocket, delivers intended for Larkin. Batted into the air, intercepted by Campbell. Campbell on his 2nd interception of the season. And it's Iowa ball at their own 40-yard line.
Either that or he's just running the ball extremely well.
I am too. Off the helmet it looked like, perhaps, of Larkin, with Sapp on the coverage.
Great coverage by Benny Sapp. Look at this. Looks like a fullback here. Look at him cover it up. Look at that. That's a 280-pound guy making those moves.
Camplin with the pressure this time, and Camplin gets to Roethlisberger. A good start to the season for the Hawkeyes. Brad Banks remains the Iowa quarterback, and he completes it to Tim Dodge in the flat. Out to the 33-yard line, a 13-yard pickup, and an Iowa first down. Kyle McCann really had an outstanding day. As you see there, 13 out of 16, he did his work. Now Banks getting some valuable experience.
He sure is. As we mentioned, I think they bring a great compliment to one another.
Handles the low snap well, and tumbles out a good one. Hawkeyes trying to down it, and they will. Benny Sapp down the punt. Terrific job there by the new punter, David Bradley. The Redhawks are in a hole when we return. He pumps, he throws long, looking for Branch. Branch into the end zone for a touchdown. Ara Parseghian's nephew, Jared Parseghian, to attempt the point after. And it is blocked for the second time today. The Hawkeyes have come up with a block. The ball is scooped up. Running with it is Shane Hall. Hall still on his feet. Finally hauled down just shy of the 45-yard line. So unless Miami chooses to stop the clock, and they won't, this ball game has come to an end. Marv Cook, congratulations on your first job as a TV analyst. I see many more to come. Good job.
Thank you, Larry. I enjoyed it.
It's been my pleasure, and certainly Kirk Ferentz, a lot to smile about as his Hawkeyes supposed to win over Miami, Ohio, 44-19, and they go to 2-0 for the first time since the 1997 season. Coming up next week, the Big Ten Game of the Week from Ann Arbor, Western Michigan at Michigan. For Marv Cook and our entire ESPN Plus crew, this is Larry Morgan. Thanks for watching us. Good afternoon from Iowa City.